Hi, I'm Phillip and I'm a partner in the Commercial Disputes and Regulation team at Shepherd & Wedderburn. In this video we're going to talk about ADR clauses, what they are and why you should have them. Alternative Dispute Resolution, or ADR, is a term that's used to describe any form of dispute resolution that isn't a court action before a judge. It's usually, but not always, quicker and cheaper than litigation. One of the main benefits of ADR is the flexibility that it gives to parties to resolve their dispute. It can provide parties with a forum to explore and agree settlement terms that a court could not order, and if there's an ongoing commercial relationship, it can help preserve that relationship and avoid some of the inevitable damage that court proceedings can cause. In some ADR procedures, the process is also confidential, unlike court proceedings, which allows parties to keep information that they consider to be commercially sensitive private. So when should you think about an ADR clause? Parties to a dispute can agree to ADR at any time, but it's also very common for them to agree to this when the contract is entered into. In an ideal world, parties to commercial contracts will fulfil their obligations and no disputes will arise. However, this is often not the case, and it's better to agree the process for resolving the dispute at the outset to prevent a further dispute on how problems should be resolved further down the line. If parties know what process they must follow, they're able to focus on resolving the dispute at hand. An ADR clause will set out the process for resolving disputes. There are many variations, and often there will be an escalation of different processes, with something as simple as a meeting between senior personnel being the first step. There then might be a requirement to use mediation, with a mediation services provider being agreed at the outset, and if that fails, then the contract will usually specify arbitration or litigation. So what should you think about when considering an ADR clause? There are a number of factors to bear in mind when deciding which ADR process best suits your circumstances. For example, some of them are non-binding and benefit from a more flexible structure like mediation, and others have a more formal structure, similar to judicial proceedings, and reach a binding outcome like arbitration or adjudication. When you've decided what process best suits the circumstances of the contract, it's important to make sure that the clause firstly sets out a clear process with rules about when it can be invoked, it identifies timescales for each stage of that process, specifies how any decision maker or mediator will be identified and appointed, and finally is clear about whether the process is binding in all circumstances or whether there are times where it's appropriate to go straight to court, for example, to seek an interdict or injunction. If you'd like to find out more about the contract services we offer at Shepherd & Wedderburn, please get in touch with a member of the Commercial Disputes and Regulation team.